Hey, what's up? It's KHG back again from the warp, and good news, it's still grim dark in there. I spent some of my time reading this book, in which some of you call toilet paper. I've been reading about some of the weaponry of the 40k universe. I would say about the infantry, but some of these, like the bolter guns, I know are used by the Astartes as well. So, you know, if there's a gun on the field, you pick it up and use it. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter who's the primary person who's supposed to have a gun or something like that. Pick it up and use it. Duh. Some of these, like the bolter guns and the las pistols, I know that the Astartes use as well, so, you know, good knowledge. It even has things like armed and unarmed combat. Use your reach to your advantage when dealing with, what are they called again? Snotlings? Yeah, I would just kick them. Punt their ass across the battlefield. Yep. There's someone that served in the army, you know, even though I was a medic, yeah, most of this stuff is taken directly out of the army handbook or the military handbook. I can't tell. I was in the army. If it was the same for the Marines or the Air Force, you know, the basic manual, I don't know. I'm army all the way, so I don't know about all that other stuff. But anyway, let's get to the video. We're getting right back into if the Emperor had text-to-speech. I realized I titled the last video wrong. I corrected that. So this is going to be 12 and 12.5. If we're not running over 30 minutes, I'll try to throw in episode 13. Anyway, let's get to it. All right. All right, y'all. Text-to-speech.
So, I didn't know you could contact people through telepathy like that.
I was about to thank you for a job well done on stopping that Inquisitor, but then I remembered how headachingly retarded you are. Of course I can contact people telepathically. I'm the motherfucking Emperor.
He is the motherfucking Emperor. Get it right. Put some respect on his name.
So, why haven't you ever done that earlier? Like, before the text-to-speech device was implemented?
I have you fucking Chiquita, man. Quite a few times, in fact.
Oh, really? I haven't heard anything at all.
Have you ever used telepathy?
No, I haven't, sir. I'm not a psycho. I think.
Then shut the fuck up about it. You're obviously not aware that using telepathy to communicate like that can be really straining on the mind.
But my lord, aren't you the greatest psycho in the galaxy? Shouldn't a little bit of telepathy be like taking a casual killing stroll through a field of alarmed Eldar to you?
It was easier in the past, when my psyche wasn't ravished to lunacy, and splintered by the endless agonizing torment I received from sitting on this throne. Slowly but surely I'm having my soul torn apart by the entropy of the warp grinding against the powers of my mind, while my body decays in perpetual pain, and I'm being forced to live through every second of it.
Endless torment, my lord? Lunacy? Your soul being torn apart? What?
You don't have to remind me about what I just said, you fucking asshole. I'm not that senile just yet.
I didn't know it was like that, my lord. I'm so sorry.
Isn't it obvious? I've been sitting here on this fucking throne for 10,000 years, slowly rotting away while constantly powering the Astronomicon and fighting off the horrors of the warp at the same time. It's no walk in the fucking park, you dipshit. Just sitting still without moving for this long is horrible. Can you even begin to imagine the muscle cramps I have experienced? Also, my nose has been itching like a lawnmower ever since I was put here.
I have to look into more details on the Emperor because it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Okay, he's been sitting there for 10,000 years. How does anybody know that he's still alive or comatose? Because people get brain waves, you know, even when they're in comas. So is he talking to somebody, letting them know that they're alive, or is what is happening throughout the universe. Just there's speculation that the Emperor is doing it for us. I don't know. I'm gonna find out though.
It doesn't even exist anymore, but it just keeps itching. And I know exactly who to blame for it.
Ergo, I hate you and everything you stand for. But phantom itching is probably the best thing you ever invented.
Itching is the best thing he ever invented. That horrible bastard.
And then he'll explode, destroying mankind, and then he will join us as a new chaos god! Just as planned! Oh, this excitement and torment is getting me so damn horny! Anyone can please run this chair next deep inside me and learn it as hard as you can!
The ever-living motherfucking cock biscuits stole my chain axe!
Oh, my Emperor. To think that you suffered this absolutely atrocious fate to keep mankind alive. You truly are the graceful guardian of our entire species.
Thanks, I get that a lot. So yes, sitting on this throne for an extended period of time is absolutely great, fucking awful.
But what do you use profanity all the time?
Shut up, you fucking cockstogies, and fuck my fucking nose is killing me fucking damn.
I know, let's change the subject, maybe that'll get your mind off it.
Do it fucking fast. I'm feeling a giant warp storm incoming.
So how about those trade legions, huh?
Seriously? Yeah, that's what we want to get.
Everyone, you have to listen. It better be important, number 87453. We are busy staring at this piece of metal. We've received absolutely technorific news.
Technorific news. But I stopped the video because do they have names? Or is it just freaking telephone numbers? 87652. Do y'all know? Please leave some information in the comments, please. Thank you.
Ooh, did they move Toaster Sex Day today? Even better. They found a new STC fragment on a planet right on the border of the Segmentum Solar, in the so-called Arroyor subsector. Is this really true? Yes. An expedition fleet is on its way right now.
Oh, I just oiled my robes.
Am I still alive? Oh damn, I'm still alive!
Magnus, Fulgrim, Perturabo, Mortarian, Lorgar, Conrad, Enron, Alpharius Omegon, and fucking Horus. My sons, created in the laboratories of Luna, made out of my very own genes. To think that they would ever fucking defeat.
Well, my lord, Lee, Lehman, Russ, Ferris, Manus, Vulcan, Roble Dawn, Robert Gullivan, Sanguinius, Lionel Johnson, Jagatai Khan, and Corvus Corax remain loyal to you.
That's still not fucking good enough. I mean, I was a great fucking father to all of them, even if they all had their obvious flaws. Magnus being a nerdy fucking bookworm, and a psyker not ever being able to stand up to the brothers who bullied them over it. Fulgrim being a sissy fucking brown noser who would rather indulge himself in his secret quest to obtain more fabulous hair than me. To this day, he has not succeeded. Perturabo was always so volatile and childish, constantly bitching and moaning when he didn't get as he wanted. Mortarian constantly smelled like shit from day one. Lorgar was a brainwashed choir boy with a massive victim complex. Conrad couldn't stand a little fucking sunlight, and kept feeling persecuted by his fantasies about a dark and depressing future. Angron was constantly mad. Like extremely, earth-shatteringly, unreasonably fuck-ass mad. Probably because he had those fucking nails in his brain. Alpharius Omegon had huge anonymity issues, and fucking Horus started off nice and friendly, but then he decided to stop trusting me when I left for Terra and became an edgy rebel instead, leading all traitor legions to Terra and then put me on this fucking throne.
Right, my lord. It is no wonder the most flawed sons of yours betrayed you. The pure, noble, and flawless ones were to remain, naturally.
I'd agree with you, but no. Even the loyal ones were flawed as fuck. Leman Russ was bigoted, self-righteous, unnecessarily rash, and had a fetish for wolves. Ferris Manus was a brutish-ass crack with a survival of the fittest mindset, thinking all quote-unquote weakness within the human species needed to be destroyed. Vulcan died all the fucking time, and was always too damn nice. Rogaldorn was just way too uptight, and brutally honest, never being capable of even telling a white little lie to make someone feel better about themselves. Robert Gilliman always acted infallible in his steadfast clinging to everything being held traditional, plain and unconfucking-ventional, yet wasn't as infallible as he wanted to believe. Lionel Johnson was just a mess. Being both a self-absorbed, spiteful and envious prick, and an honorable, courageous and dutiful warrior at the same time. Fucking confusing. Jagat Icon was always so fucking reckless, and constantly hyped on speed. And lastly, Corvus Corax was always so infernally fucking angsty.
I see, my lord.
The Emperor talks crap about everyone. No one will be exempt from his sick burns.
Wait, what about the Sanguinius?
Don't you talk shit about my fabulous fucking hawk boy.
Except Sanguinius, yeah.
He died for me, so be grateful.
Alright, of course. Well, what about those other two Primarchs? I don't even remember their names.
We don't talk about them.
Why?
Because we don't talk about them.
Right, I won't ask it. However, I just cannot understand why they'd betray you.
I know, right? I mean, sure, Lowergard grew up on a planet full of chaos worshippers, but that doesn't mean he could then start using his fucking brain. Especially once I came along to straighten him out. The rest seemingly just did it because they either were corrupted by chaos through Lordgar, took too much offense when I told them I had some daddy things to do back on Terra, or when I tried to correct them when they were doing stupid things.
I have to ask, since that's apparently my duty nowadays, why did you not tell them what you were going to do back on Terra?
Well, what was I supposed to say? I can't just tell my own children that I'm building a gate into the webway because I need some booty and Eldar prostitutes are cheaper and a lot less shoddy.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, I can't just tell them that I'm building a gate into the webway because humanity needs some booting up in its transportation department and Eldar webways are safer and a lot less shoddy than warp travel.
Oh, that's what I thought.
I could not take any risks with this project, and telling my sons would indeed have created unnecessary risks. Their trust in me should not have swayed when I left. It's not like I'm demanding full access disclosure to their everyday lives, even if I am their father. I mean, imagine if I had, for example, stepped into Lionel Johnson's room, and been all like, hey sonny, how's building that homosexual nightclub coming along for you?
Oh yes, I fully understand, my lord.
In fact, as well as returning to Terra to build a human way, I guess you could also say that I was testing them to see how my sons would work together without me to guide them. As it turned out, not much better than regular humans left to their own devices.
I see. Can I ask about another thing?
You're going to anyway, regardless of how I answer, aren't you?
Even if all of your sons are obviously flawed, isn't there anything good about them? I mean, even the ones who betrayed you? Is there anything good you see in them?
Well, now that you mention it.
Okay, y'all, let's get into 12.5. All right, y'all, we're about to get into 12.5, but there's a little thing called If the Emperor Had Text-to-Speech Ask Questions. It's only like a minute long, so we'll jump right from that to 12.5.
Actually, before I tell you more about my sons, let's do some fun shit I just came up with.
Find your left hand?
Stop using your mouth to say stupid words, you giant moving pineapple.
Don't worry, my lord. I can just use this Lingua Technis mouthpiece instead so I can talk in binary.
What the shit? Stop that. I will rip out your fucking mucranoids. Anyway, this is my idea. You should go and send out a message all over the galaxy, asking everyone what questions they would want answered by me if I, the Emperor of Mankind, could answer them. Then tell them to send back the question to Terra so we can get a hold of it, read it, and laugh. Got it?
Oh, okay, my lord. I'll get right to spreading the message.
Yes, get to it now. This will surely be as entertaining as the time I accidentally teleported Agron up in my flagship when he was about to be killed in combat with his old gladiator people. Ha 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 ha. I am the Emperor.
All right, 12.5.
For
Yeah.
millennia have I stood across life, carefully watching as the seed of what is to come has risen from its earthly barrows into the starlit sky. This seed, known as mankind, I have existed along from the time of my birth. I let the seed grow, I nurtured it, did my best to have it remain healthy and secure. But as it kept on growing, I could not keep up. I could not come with it, but could only watch from afar as its health deteriorated and vegetation grew bleak. As I entered into the realm of the half-life, the only thing I could experience was despair. My work that I had driven to construct for such a long time had been obliterated in but a mere moment. Mankind, my once pure seed, had fallen into the hands of sheer, corrosive and preposterous prudence. And at no other time has this been displayed as intensely as this very moment. Because holy fucking shit, these questions are the worst fucking shit I have ever read. Whatever became of mankind?
Now, my lord, let me remind you that you were the one who came up with this idea in the first place.
That's your fault because you haven't informed me well enough about how incredibly, disgustingly fucking idiotic mankind has become. I mean, I just thought you were a special case. Now, this makes me so sad.
Maybe you just misread or something. I mean, these questions couldn't have been that bad. Besides, what, we supposed to make fun of them? Here, let me read some to you.
Fuck it, go ahead. Let me plow through these one more time before I actually pass out and fall off this fucking chair.
Alright, let's see. This message is from one Apta Denaiwi. Some poor low gothic. He says...
Is it that bad?
Why Kron loves ponies.
I have no mouth and I must scream.
Alright, fuck it, next question. This one is from one Joseph Lyons. He asks, "Oh, mighty God, Emperor of mankind, were you to send your sentience to a new body to rule once more and bring mankind back properly into the light that is your majesty, what would you demand as a first meal? Something really tasty, I bet."
That's a question I also had myself. Even in things like X-Men or a lot of other fictional things where people are psychers, they can transport their consciousness into other bodies. Being the most powerful psyker in the universe, you'd think he would have already done that. I don't know why he hasn't, but hey, it's probably a reason. If you know, like always, leave it in the comments. I'll read it.
You get to ask one question. A question that could be whatever deep and philosophical inquiry that dwells inside the perplexing and winding wonders of the human mind that you could potentially come up with, and you ask about fucking food. Then again, I probably should not judge since the Imperium clearly is some kind of bureaucratic police state driven through ignorance and idiocy nowadays, so it is only natural for your regular RG world peasant to only ever think about food. As for an actual answer to that question, I'd probably go for some tacos.
Next question is from one called, Demon Primarch?
What kind of asshole parents name their child Demon Primarch? Fucking seriously, it's like they want their child brutally lynched and burnt on a stake by the brainwashed masses.
I've got no parenting at its finest, my lord. Anyway, as for the question. Mighty Emperor, this is but a simple question I would have answered. Was there really a single guardsman who distracted Horus during your duel above his flagship? The legends tell of Olanius Pius doing some deed aboard that accursed vessel that assisted with Horus's downfall tremendously. But is any of it true?
He must be referring to that one regular old Imperial soldier that stepped in front of fucking Horus when he was about to finish me off after he had used some dirty chaos contrivances to punt me down on the ground. For being a regular human, Batman had such titanic fucking balls that I want to clap my hands vigorously just thinking about it. It is too bad that he was literally obliterated out of existence by Horus after making that selfless act. It's also too bad that I lack the hands to applaud him with. Typically from that point on, an Astartes Terminator and a Custodes did the exact same thing right after to prove that they were just as cool and selfless as that glorious bastard. I mean, can't you immortal superhumans of death and destructions let the regular Joes have this one thing? Come on, man.
Whoa, I'm not even getting into that one. It's not like I was the one who told Santonis to throw himself in front of you with nothing but his loincloth to intimidate that Alanius guy. Anyway, next question. This one is from someone who signed himself up as The Reds Will Rise Again.
That person sounds like a ketchup enthusiast.
He asks,
The red will rise again.
can love bloom in a battlefield? 32-6 asks for your blessing in his relationship with Toldir. Perhaps after you complete your webway, you can create peace among these two races. They're the last ones that need to fight each other.
I do hope this person realizes that the Eldar look at mankind like we would look at a primate. To them, we are unevolved beasts, thinking in very simplistic thought patterns, and only using the most simple of tools. So, to put it short, this Toldir is basically into bestiality, and is a sick fuck that will get all kinds of nasty interspecies STDs, and will most likely kill half her craft world because of it. So yes, you have my blessing.
Wow, my lord. Most of it probably retorted into bellowing about how absolutely downright heretical it would have been if he was given that question.
And you know how I feel about that, now don't you?
I suppose so. It's not like I'm scared to death that every time you're upset over nothing. Okay, sorry, my lord. I don't have any emotions. Anyway, next question. This one is from someone named Brent Keller. He asks, what happened to your left eye?
This is actually something I don't even know myself, and it still fucking infuriates me. Why do I only have this visor on one of my eyes when both of them have obviously rotted away millennia ago? Seriously, what is its purpose? I didn't even put it here.
Actually, I kind of know the answer.
Good question.
Well, after we escorted you in all haste towards the Golden Throne after your battle with Horus, Rogel Dawn accidentally managed to poke your eye out with his giant iron halo. You know, the whole sharp and pointy being in the shape of the Aquila and all.
I'm going to...
Is that canon? I doubt that's canon. If it's canon, please leave it in the comments. I'm gonna have to actually do a whole... I'm gonna have to look that up. Like, seriously. I don't believe it.
Teach that boy a fucking... I'm going to teach that boy a fucking lesson in how to not poke people's eyes out while wearing giant sharp arms when I get off this throne.
My lord, Rogel Dawn is dead.
That isn't fucking stopping me.
I am not even surprised. Anyway,
He's dead, but he's still gonna teach him a lesson. The Emperor can do many things.
next question is from Grey Knight 31.
Oh boy, a message from the prodigies of the Silver Baby Carrier.
He asks, are you going to send Drago to rehab? Dude needs help. Huh. I thought we'd already decreed that members of the Inquisition would all be rehabilitated. Did that galaxy-wide message not actually get to anyone?
I bet they just neglect mail they consider bad like most feedback-ophobic fucking snowflakes that exist in the galaxy. I'll have to rehash and create new means of getting the message across. One which cannot be negated by inquisitorial spam filters.
Moving on. Next up are a couple of questions sent from some warriors that are on their way to a planet known as Arcona, apparently. First one is from Mark Hilario. He asks, what is your favorite color?
Isn't that fucking obvious?
Second question from Arcona is from Vida Ra. He asks, what do you think of Miguel Caram?
I approve of him and his team, and he should continue to do what he is doing, because he's doing an excellent job.
I'm sorry, my lord, I think I'm out of the loop. Who's Miguel Caram?
This is 4th degree warp realm fuckery. None of your concern.
Okay, great. Next question is from a chaplain known as Valerius.
A chaplain, you
What
say?
was that?
Good. I assign chaplains to hold Marines in line and be as staunch and serious about their duties as possible. I have high expectations for this question.
He asks, why can't we all just be friends and stop fighting?
How did this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. The night goes on as I'm fading away. I'm sick of this life, I just wanna scream. How did this happen to me?
next question is, Dear Emperor, can you still poop? I fucking hate disappearing.
I'm a skeleton, so write about as much as you use your brain, you fucking half-wit. Next question.
Dear Emperor, where will the universe be for year 999 millennium 41?
At the end of the year, just like every fucking year. Next.
Dear Emperor, how do you fap?
By thinking pleasant thoughts about your inevitable demise. Next.
Dear Emperor, what is the most fascinating thing you've ever seen?
Probably the intricate denseness of this fucking question. Next.
Dear Emperor, have you ever gotten laid?
More times than the entire fucking population of your planet, you rattling penetrator. Next.
Dear Emperor, was it fatherly love that stopped you from striking down Horus, or did you have sexually confused feelings for him?
I am deeply disgusted by you and I hope you explode. In fact. Okay, next.
Sometimes I question why I fight for humanity.
Oh, wow.
My lord, it's starting to sound like you're actually answering these questions now. I mean, no one's listening in, right?
No, but in case someone is, I hope they feel fucking awful right about now.
Of course, nobody could be listening. It's this Imperial Palace. Let me better get in here. Okay, well, moving on then. Alright, slightly better question, I think. This one is from Lord Commissar Wolf, who says, O glorious Emperor, please share thy wisdom with your most loyal servants. Is there such a thing as enough dagger? While I abhor the Xenos term, everyone seems to be talking about and about how there will never be enough of it. What say you, my Emperor?
At the point in time when bullets can pass through the interdimensional walls, when firepower takes up the entirety and eternity of space and time, all being stuck in a never-ending life and death cycle as bullets recover and destroy their bodies in quick succession. No one able to think about anything but the sheer force of the bullets rapidly flying literally everywhere in the materium, turning the warp itself into nothing but a sea of semi-automatic weaponry. Then there will be enough deca. Or at least almost.
What is dagger anyhow?
The orc word for rapid firepower and multi-laser masturbation.
I didn't want to know that. Next question is from pretty much everyone. Seriously, there is a giant mountain of messages dedicated to just this one question. And it kind of disturbs me that so many have made it. Dear Emperor, what is your opinion on the Tau?
Never heard of them.
I figured as much.
So what are they?
Well, there's some minuscule Xenos race located on the eastern fringe of the galaxy. They're even less of a threat to us than the Dark Eldar, so it's not really worth talking about.
Why would so many people send in messages about a minuscule Xeno race located on the eastern fringe of the galaxy, if they aren't even a threat?
I've heard it's because despite being a small species, the Tau males are really overcompensating with their high-tech weaponry, and the Tau females have a tendency to lust for greater goods.
I'm sorry, what?
I've heard it's because despite being such a small species, they have the most rapidly advancing technology in the galaxy, which also means they have really, really big scary guns. But you can usually snap one and it'll fall over really quickly.
I've heard talk about the Tau wanting the sauce from humanoid men, I guess, or something like that. Some kind of sexual thing. Please fill me in the comments. Actually, I might do a video and some research myself, but if you can throw me some information in the comments on that, thank you.
That's what I thought, I think. We'll talk more about this later. Still got more stupid questions to answer.
Yes, indeed. Like this one from Suika Ibuki, probably from one of those fucking Tau planets, who asks, since your body can no longer function properly, how about mounting the golden throne inside the Dreadnought or a Titan so you can kick ass again?
Don't you think that if I actually had that choice, I would have made it already? I think you're not taking into account that the entirety of Terra will be swallowed by a giant warp rift, and everyone will fucking die if either I or the golden throne would leave this place. That makes it not worth it, but only barely.
Now, next up is a question from someone who entitles himself as the Fresh Sorcerer.
What a fucking nerd.
He says, hey shitboot, want me and my brother to read you terrible shitty fanfics like a depraved, erogenous bedtime story to you and your Centurion? It's kind of always been a dream of his, and this is the year I promised to be nice to him.
Actually, alright, fuck it, I'm the motherfucking emperor. Send out some Terran escorts to wherever the fuck those guys are, and pick them up so they can be converted into my personal bedtime story readers if they are so insistent on doing it. My Centurion hasn't been able to sleep that well for the last couple of days anyway. I feel this is a perfect opportunity to continue my plans with the reformation of the Imperium by making some people actually become useful.
That sounds like an excellent idea, my lord. I'll prepare the shackles when we're done. Now, next up is a question from someone called
The
Dr.
shackles?
Weiss.
Wow.
He asks where his fire support is.
Up his fucking nostrils. Next.
Oh, alright. This one is from someone apparently known as Johann Gasmask. He asks, seeing as science clearly dictates that diversity is the most efficient way for life to exist, why are you trying to exterminate all other life except humanity?
I am not trying to exterminate all other life, but rather keep it under some form of control. Xenos are often vile and untrustworthy, as they are out to maximize their own idea of peace and happiness in the galaxy for their own separate species in their own individual ways. The human idea of peace and happiness is to have the galaxy taken over so life can thrive without wars, poverty, nor petty hatred, all living in a bright and tranquil future as was mankind's birthright. Compare that to the Eldar who want to take over, so they can engage in fuckloads of raw, unfiltered, hedonistic super orgies again without getting into trouble. Or the Necrons who want to take over for the purpose of sucking the souls out of all living things and going back to sleep again. Or the Orcs who just want to fight forever and make nothing of their lives. And let's not even get into those fucking Tyranids who just want to eat the whole galaxy, and then move on to the next.
And just to let you know, my lord, the Tower kind of in that same category.
I would be okay with Xeno races living in harmony with us if they didn't have such fucked up goals in mind for our galaxy. Thus, without Xeno life exterminated or under regulation, this is not an efficient way for human lives to exist, as it will only get stabbed, sliced, chopped, and numbed to death.
Ooh, I love it when things make sense. Anyway, next we have Lunar Templar. Dear Emperor, besides swiftly unfucking the current state of the Imperium, which I figure would be a given, what's the first thing you would do where you would suddenly be restored to your former glory and rise to the Golden Throne?
Well, I have a pretty big to-do list, but as a start, I would do these things in this exact order. First, scratch my everything. Second, roll around on the floor and spasm violently. Third, take a shower. Fourth, punch everyone in the face. And fifth, tell everyone to never ever ask stupid fucking questions again.
Alright, next question.
This will be the last one. I need to take a break and let my agony stabilize for a moment.
That's fair enough, my lord. Even I feel dirty after this. Ugh. Anyway, this last one was from someone called Magmos. Dear Almighty...
Hold on, I gotta stop. Oh my god, scratch my everything, roll around on the floor and spasm. Take a shower and punch everybody in the face. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. I think I gotta see it. Oh my goodness. That's the second time I've heard that. It just makes me die laughing every time.
God Emperor of mankind. If you wanted people to stop believing you were a god, why the heck did you run about with ornate golden armor, wield a fiery sword, emit a glow pretty much all the time, and have other things of that nature? Seriously, man, you're kind of sending out some mixed signals there, you have to admit.
Look, just because I want to wear ornate gold armor, wield a fiery sword, emit a glow pretty much all the time, and other things of that nature doesn't mean I want to be looked upon as a god. I'm not the one who needs to be taught not to dress like a god. You're the ones who need to be fucking taught that considering people to be gods dependent on how they look is wrong. Besides, my head designer thought all the flashy golden bits really brought out the color of my eyes.
I'm happy that I get the privilege of constantly being dressed up in golden armor without anyone having to look up to me like a god.
Yes, people have got some serious beef with the new man, calling us gods and shit. Even though I am the only one who has the real rights to that claim. Additionally, I'm happy that you at least enjoy the privilege of wearing your fucking armor.
You and me both. Well, my lord, I guess that wraps up this fun little event then.
Yes. Perhaps we will read through some more questions at some other point if I'm feeling incredibly masochistic.
Now, if I may ask, could you possibly tell me the good aspects about the sun sound? You were just about to get onto that.
Ah, yes, let me think.
All right, y'all. That was Ever Texted Speech 12. Some short one. I forgot the name of it. Something. And 12.5. We're gonna get into 13 and probably 14 in the next video, which should be tomorrow. I hate even saying that, but I do try to upload at least every other day. But anyway, you could have been watching anything from anyone, but you were here with me. And also let me know if you like this format instead of the green screen kind of thing. I'm just trying, you know, something new. Probably just gonna do it for this video, but let me know if you like the more personal view instead of the, you know, graphic background crap. Anyway, till next time, I'm KHG. Peace. Those were some dumbass questions. Yes.
You need help.